Okay, um, so in today's parenting class, we talked about we reviewed what we did last time, which was talking about incidental teaching, which is more or less just being able to to take time out to explain things that whenever your kids talk to you, and to try to engage in them asking questions. The next thing we talked about was um, okay. To be honest, there was a section that we got to today. It was a technique that my ex-girlfriend used, and it wasn't something that I really kind of cared for. Is a tactic where you just ignore them whenever they throw a tantrum or whenever they are on the ground kicking and screaming and carrying on. You're supposed to ignore them, and I get that. I do. But an ex-girlfriend of mine would ignore her youngest daughter whenever she was like, mom, mom. And when I was there, I was like, hey, maybe we should figure out, she's trying to talk to you, not me. Maybe we should try to figure out what's going on. Like, oh, no, just ignore it. I'm like, oh, okay, sweetie, what is it that your mom is ignoring you about? What's going on? And she's like, well, I'm hungry. And I'm like, okay, when was the last time you had food? Oh, when I was in school. I'm like, it's 7. Like, why didn't they have food before? And it was like, well, I wasn't hungry. Like, she would go like, oh, I wasn't hungry. And it's like, but your kids might be hungry. Or she'll say, oh, I made them food, but they didn't want to eat it. And I'm like, well, at least let her know that, okay, well, there's still some leftovers in the fridge. If she's that hungry, then she can go out and get some. I never really believed or understood that technique when it comes to, like, I understand, like, okay, the kicking and screaming, I can understand why that might be a tool that you might have in your toolbox to just kind of like, okay, well, wait it out until they calm down and then address the problem. But like with this ex, it never really happened. It never got to the point of, okay, they calm down, let's see what's going on. It was just kind of ignore them, out of sight, out of mind. And when they stopped calling her, she didn't stop what she was doing. She was still watching TV and stuff. It was just kind of like annoying. And listening to it today, they're like, oh yeah, this is a usable tactic. I'm like, how? And she was like, okay, well, when they're kicking and screaming and throwing a tantrum, okay, I get that. But when a child's trying to get your attention, at the very least, you should be like, okay, well, let me figure out what's going on. They might actually need something that requires an adult, because kids shouldn't need to like parent themselves. And from that point on, like I was just kind of like disturbed, like, I don't know. And as the session went, the parenting class went on, um, anytime I had an example, I realized I was using examples from Danielle and her kids. And that's not referring to the last example I used. It was just the idea, like, I'm always using Danielle and her kids because that was the most recent big, time that I was actually a quote-unquote parent. And I realized I'm thinking about that too much. I'm thinking about Danielle and her kids too much, and it's upsetting. And I happen to know other parents. So I'm reading notes. So, I know other parents that have kids. And matter of fact, this weekend I saw my friend Sarah, and her kids are very energetic, to say it in a very nice way. And I would like to be more helpful, and I'd like to be able to give more suggestions, but I realize I shouldn't, because those are not my kids. I have my son that I need to try to focus on, and it was so hard to kind of go, okay, what can I do? Oh, well, I can't do that because I don't see him like that. I see him like twice a week on video chat. And right now we're working on the whole progress of going to the next level, and it's just really frustrating. Like, I want to do these things. I want to, and trying these new techniques is like just very frustrating. As a matter of fact, we did a little role playing today, and it was just like, from the example of ignoring and then realizing I was thinking a lot of Danielle's kids and everything else like that. And it was just kind of like, when we got to this role playing part, like, I knew what I would do. in this given situation. And what I have done in the past with Danielle's kids, with Nevaeh and her sister, whose name began with, I'm really bad at names. If you guys watch my videos, you know. And like these techniques that I have used work. You know, I'm not hurtful. I do consider their feelings, obviously, because they're human beings too. And it was just kind of like, it occurred to me that potentially maybe I'm not as good as the parent as I think I am. You know, maybe I suck at this. Maybe I glorify myself. In reality, what I'm doing is wrong. What I'm doing isn't gonna work, and what I'm doing might be more harmful. And I'm doing this to other people's kids, and I feel like crap. I feel like literal crap, because I should be a better example than that. I feel like crap because I've been saying that, oh yeah, I do this, and everybody's saying, oh yeah, that's a good idea, that's a great idea. You're doing this, that's awesome. You're doing that, that's a good idea. I'm going to start adapting that. And then like it occurred to me, like maybe I'm not doing a good, maybe I'm not doing a good thing. You know, maybe I'm not doing good by these kids. Maybe I'm not doing good by their parents, depending. You know, maybe I'm sucking at this, and I don't have an answer for that. So I'm gonna sit here until, I don't know. I just don't feel good. And I feel like that I have literally been failing everybody and everyone important to me, and especially myself. And I don't know how to fix any of it.